Good evening, Vineland High School football fans, and welcome into another Friday Night Lights. We are here on location at Washington Township High School. Kyle Bennett, Rich Scarpa up here in the booth with you this evening. And Rich, we're coming out of a bye week. You joined me on the Dan Russo Show this week for a midseason report. And going into this matchup against Washington Township, there's a lot of things that we're looking for from this team to respond after their game against Kingsway before the bye week.
Yeah, we talked a lot about, an ugly loss. But this team is 2-2. They had 2 wins all of last year. You've been competitive in things. The defense has looked really good. You threw out a clunker. And the coaches and the players both have had 2 weeks to regroup this. And coming in, you're hopeful that we'll get that competitive football. And as we walk in, there's 2 new starters on the offensive line. Some injuries have some guys out. So Vineland not at full strength, and we're not even bringing up the preseason and the first week injury. So a little banged up, but just hoping this team can gel a little bit today and stay in this one, because we've had some great success against Washington Township, winning the last 4 games. And I can remember snowing the one, and I can remember Washington Township storming back, almost getting it done in a 14-13. So we've had some great success here.
Yeah, like you mentioned, 4 straight wins for Vineland against Washington Township. So that's something that Vineland wants to continue, but it's also something that you're going to have to, play with a little bit more aggression, a little more toughness, because the home team here is trying to stop that 0-4 slide in their last 4 against you.
Yeah, and again, the home field advantage here. The weather's starting to rain. It's windy. Still a decent crowd here, but just this is a tradition in this community. My first coaching job out of college was here coaching wrestling, and they support all their programs, and they can remember the snow loss and the 1-point loss, and as we hear the cannon as we get ready to start some football.
Yeah, and, you talk about the rain, you talk about the weather tonight. Something that I think is going to be very important going into this game that we'll detail a little bit more is you're going to have to hold on to the ball. Ball security is going to be a big thing in this game, and being able to establish the run with one sophomore, Charles Clark, is going to be a big portion of Vineland's success tonight in this, unfortunate conditions that we have weather-wise here at Washington Township.
Yeah, as I had my earlier notes, as I transcribed them for the second time, I left that out, but we talked about ball control just for a second, but we didn't talk all year about Vineland's defense and the way they hawk at the football. Their tackling is to get a football out, and they're not giving up extra yards like with a silly grab the ball and let them run. They're really attacking the football well, and that could be a big factor in this to get a couple turnovers.
Yeah, Vineland's defense looking to bounce back, obviously. Like we mentioned on the Dan Russo Show and we mentioned on last week's broadcast, a bit of a clunker, but we are getting set here for the national anthem, so we will rejoin you guys in just one moment.
The referee, Mr. Mike Probosco. The umpire, Mr. Mark Wood. The linesman, Mr. Ken Gillespie. The line judge, Mr. John Jackson. The side judge, Mr. Sean Fleetwood. The back judge, Mr. Brian Tinsley. And the clock operator, Mr. Fred Kohler. Our nation's colors tonight will be presented by the Washington Township High School Air Force ROTC, who are at the 45-yard line. Would you please rise, remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem. Tonight, the president of the Washington Township High School Choir, Ms. Catherine Kim, will sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed
we're back from the national anthem. Before we went to our short break there, Rich, we were talking about, ball security, and I mentioned Charles Clark is going to have to play a very important role in this game, carrying the ball with that ball security in mind. And if Vineland can move the ball on the ground tonight, I think that's going to be a big, notch in the belt for them in order to go on to win this game and improve to 3-2.
And not afraid to throw it as Washington Township, but their bread and butter is running the football. Vineland tonight looks like they're going to start out with a 4-man front instead of a 3-man front to try to add a little bit and occupy some of the blocking. Their offense is led by their quarterback, who averages 7 yards a pop, has about 700 yards in the season. But their line up front is where all the seniors are. They have 4 out of 5 guys are seniors up there. There are no other seniors on offense. Defense has 8 of them on it. So senior laden on defense, but it's that offensive line. And in watching film, they can look great one play, and the next play 2 people come through clean, even on running plays. So there is some miscommunication up there, but they move in unison. They get off the ball, but there may be opportunities to make plays, tackles for loss, which could shut down this drive and force them to throw. And Vineland's pass defense has been outstanding, except for the last game.
Right.
Before that, there was never anybody all by themselves going anywhere, and it was just a rough night.
And somebody that we'll bring up on the defensive side of things when Vineland's defense does take the ball is Derek Akami, somebody we brought up on the Dan Russo show this week, which you guys can check out every single Thursday night on the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts, as Vineland is set to return this one, and we are underway here at Washington Township as the opening kickoff goes through the back of the end zone, and Vineland's offense will set up shop here for their first drive of the game.
That's Max Dorado, the kicker, and coming up here, I was watching him make 40-yard field goals. So a very strong leg. Drives don't have to go as far for them. But then look at the starting field position that you get when you have that. Last week it was that defense starting with their heels on their own 30 pretty much every drive, with great field position last game against Vineland, and that defense was up against it. Here Vineland starting all the way back.
So Danny Russo and this Vineland offense will set up shop here, and we'll see how this first offensive drive gets going here at Washington Township. As Russo lines up in shotgun, 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. Russo takes the snap, pump fakes. He's scrambling, trying to avoid a sack, but he is taken down from behind. I believe that was number 8 for Washington Township on the tackle there.
Deshaun Long. See if your young eyes can handle this minuscule font. I once had a subscription to a magazine, and when the first issue came, I knew I couldn't read it. It was just way too small, unenjoyable, much as is their roster.
So 2nd and 11 here for Vineland now. And we've got our first flag of the game.
And that's going to go on Township. It looks like an encroachment foul. So the safety coming up to blitzing.
As Gia has come up clutch.
Oh my
with the
gosh.
enlarged font here for Washington Township's roster.
We call that the Scarpa roster.
2nd and 6 now for Vineland. Three wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. Russo takes the snap. He hands this one off. And Charles Clark picks up a couple on that run there. It'll be 3rd down now for Vineland.
Like he had a little bit more to the inside there. Maybe a little vision to make that move on the inside. Had a few more yards for him, but fouls his blocks through and makes it a makeable 3rd and short here.
Third and 3 now for Vineland. As Tank Powell is now to the bottom of your screen. Russo takes the snap. He's going to carry it himself, but he's gobbled up by the Township defense.
So it's time to punt. Let's see how this got cleaned up a little bit here. So Vineland's first drive nets him a handful of yards, but nothing more.
Troy Malzone on the tackle there to stop Vineland from picking up that first down.
You know, we talked on the podcast the other day, yesterday, just about how you need to get a first down or two, and this field position looks like it's going to be great field position for Township.
Good snap, but we've got whistles.
It's going to go on Vinyl. They'll move them back and attempt to kick again, so they'll end up netting a couple on this first drive.
That illegal procedure penalty against Vineland moves the ball back to the 24. 4th and 7.
Good snap. Ball is kicked away. Great punt there by Greif.
Hit him. Hit him. Get it.
His punt roll is dead at the Washington Township 44
I too thought that hit him.
Good protection. Gets away a nice kick. Now we're going to see that big offensive line, and they're like quadruplets up front. You've got Stone at 6'3", 285. You've got Pianteski at 6'3", 260. Throw in another 6'2", 260 and a 6'3", 240. So they're all right there. But I did watch the right tackle. When he splits his gap wide, he's always cutting inside of it. So the ball's going to his left. When he's tight, it's a pass, or it's going to his right.
End around here for Township. And they make their way upfield here past the 30, down to the 20, the 15, and tackled out just around the 10-yard line. That was number 4, John Williams. But it looks like we do have a flag on the play.
It was jet reverse.
And it is against Township, so Vineland catches a break on that one.
Yeah, on that one, it looked like Powell was there, but he had a blocker and a back coming, and there just wasn't that support as the jet sweep went the other way, kind of pulled some vision that way, and they reverse it back, and Powell's there, but just need a little more help.
It'll be 1st and 15 now.
It's almost like a 55-yard penalty, you know. This is a conference game and a big game for some power points for both teams here.
So 1st and 15 here for Township. Man in motion once again. Ball's handed off in the traditional sense. And it's carried by number 22, Michael Tomasetti.
So Tomasetti with a nice run and now set up 2nd and 8. You know, he got him back and took away from that penalty. And he was hit originally at the line of scrimmage, but pinballs his way through going forward.
So 2nd and 8 here now after the penalty. QB run here. But Vineland's able to sniff that one out.
That's defended well. Looks like Gallo in there to help on the stop.
The quarterback for Washington Township, Jared Dragowski, a junior, 6 foot, 185 pounds.
So big 3rd down here for the Fighting Clan. Look to get the football back. They see Township get it up in the air this time. Seems to be taking a little bit of time here too.
Dragowski in shotgun, man in motion. Takes the snap. He's rolling out, looking to pass. He's going to take it himself. But he's able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, he's hit hard by a host of Vineland tacklers, but not before they convert that big third down. Boy, great speed as he jogs around and then sees the opening and excels through.
And Dragowski just jogged off the field, so we've got a replacement quarterback coming in.
Yeah, Dragowski looked a little gingerly coming off there as Danny Farley comes in, the senior, 6'1", 185, in at quarterback now.
Wearing number 12 for the Minutemen. Moves a man in motion, hands this one off, and he's got plenty of space to make his way upfield. That's number 44 for Washington Township.
I was going to say we're missing
Giuliano Scavetta.
missing one sheet with the middle numbers there. Vineland looked in position to make a play, but you've got to close up those gaps. You've got to come forward into contact and not allow all that lateral movement in there.
So Scavetta with the big run there for Township. As they continue to drive, Farley hands this one off, but he's gobbled up by Derek Akami. And Akami's a player we brought up this week, kind of on our mid-season report show for the Dan Russo Show. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel so you don't miss any episodes of the Dan Russo Show in video form this season. But Akami has turned into that defensive leader that this entire defense looks to for that energy, for that boost in confidence. I saw him down on the field before the game today. He was, full of energy, full of electricity, and I expect him to have a big game today. 2nd and 9 here for Washington Township. Farley passes. It's incomplete. Almost intercepted there by Danny Russo.
So this has been a first quarter that's gone pretty quick with 5:10 left. Township on the Vineland 28-yard line.
3rd and 9 now here.
So Vineland with another chance at 3rd down.
Third and 9 here for Washington Township. Farley takes the snap. He's looking to pass. He's firing to the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown by number 8 for the Minutemen, Deshaun Long. Fantastic catch there to make his way into the end zone as the cannon fires. And with 5:02 here in the first quarter, Washington Township scores the first points of the game.
Decent coverage there. Long just with an outstanding catch. For a second, I thought it may have came out when he hit the ground, but he holds on to it through. Now we get to look at the kicker. That's going to probably
and we got flags. Township move, false start there.
So Vineland holds them to a couple 3rd downs, just not able to make the stops. There are 2 opportunities to stop that drive.
Ball spotted, kick is up, and it is good. So with 5:02 remaining here in the opening quarter, it's 7-0 Washington Township, and we'll be right back. We're going to have a word from our sponsors.
But the Red and Gray Gridiron Club would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of the Vineland High School football team. Ducharmes, the Greenview Inn at Eastland Golf Course, Reconstructive Orthopedics, Newfield National Bank, Van Dodge, Allen Associates, Technid Consulting, Medio Law Firm, Barufi Brothers, G&S Dry Cleaning, Vineland Education Association, Dr. Michael Gorson General and Cosmetic Dentistry, the Claridge, a Radisson Hotel, the Gorgo Group, Larry's 2 Restaurant and Catering, Bettino.
And welcome back in, everybody. If you're just joining us, Washington Township just scored the first points of the game, making it a 7-0 ball game in favor of the home team. Got to see Vineland's offense kind of come to life here on this drive, Rich. You don't want it to, get too stagnant on the offense, continue to fall behind. You got to answer on a big touchdown drive like that Washington Township just had. As this ball is kicked away, it will be returned. It's Xavion Diaz on the return.
So Vineland's first time getting it at the 20, gaining about 8 yards. This time a little further out, but we're at 4:57 in the first and looking for the offense to get its feet underneath them here.
Optically from up here in the booth, it does look like you're able to pass tonight. So if you can allow Danny Russo to use his arm a little bit tonight and, move this ball down the field with the arm strength he possesses, that's a big boost for Vineland's offense. So 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line here for the Fighting Clan. Russo in shotgun, takes the snap. He's looking to pass. He pumps, and he's going to run it himself around the top of your screen. Spins away from a couple defenders, and a big pickup there for Danny Russo with his legs.
Spread them out, motion them over, get all eyes on that side of it, and Russo takes it himself. Nice blocking on that backside. It's the left side that now has Herring in there, the junior, along with Sode. Both juniors in there at left guard and left tackle.
1st and 10 from the 39 now for Vineland. So Russo picks up the first down with his legs, moves the ball there. Russo in shotgun, takes the snap. He hands this one off to DJ Clark, who does not have any room to make way upfield. Went east and west there.
Yeah, just got spread out. And it's going to take a little time for 2 new players on that left side, especially with corners walked up. And there's a lot of blocking assignments. It needs some more communication up there. Looked like that should have went inside a little bit instead of running out to the contained man.
So Russo in shotgun here, 2nd and 10. He's rolling out, looking to pass. Fires deep, and it's over the head of the intended receiver, Noah Cruz.
Noah looks a little shaken up on the side. And he's able to get to his feet. So 3rd and 10 for the Fighting Clan. 3:18 to go. Ball on the on their own 39.
Big 3rd down here for Vineland. Russo takes a snap. He's rolling out, looking to pass. Fires. It's complete. 1st down, Vineland.
There we go. Well,
Tank Powell, baby.
Well executed, sits down, bullet to him. And the offense now is crossed over to, oh my goodness, having a little tongue-tied trouble here, to Township side of the field.
Township might have that cannon ridge, but Vineland's got the tank.
We go 1-0 you again. The line's like 7. I can get 1 in, and you don't even watch that one. That was horrible.
So 1st and 10 now from the 46-yard line for Vineland. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Township leading 7-0. on a Deshaun Long touchdown catch. Russo takes the snap. He's going to carry it himself up the gut. Great power run there by Danny Russo to pick up some hard-fought yards.
That's one thing, man. He plants that back foot, and he's like a dart heading straight up the field. And then that really sets your offense up now. It's 2nd and 5 from the 46.
We're going to mark it 2nd and 6 officially there on that run. Now under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Vineland driving.
Boy, and getting in the end zone here would do a lot for what's going to happen the rest of this ball game.
So Russo takes a snap. Another power run up the gut by Danny Russo.
A late flag. That's where you're going to get a holder of face mask. And it is the face mask on Township.
Township, so that's another big break there for the Fighting Clan as this will move the ball even further to where they're trying to get it, and that's the end zone.
Yeah, and it is a big break, of course. But that only happens when you keep driving your feet like Russo did. You try to spin out of something. You're getting these extra yards. And that gets you in a position where they're trying to grab you and your head's there.
And I think that's one great thing that all the runners on this Vineland offense do, whether it's Russo, Charles, Clark, DJ, they keep their legs going.
Well, you can see so far today we've not been able to get outside of them. You know, that's where their technique is stopping us. But we are getting a little push on the inside as Russo's picked up some decent yards, once off tackle and twice up the gut.
Ball at the 24. Russo looking to roll out and pass. He fires. It's tipped. And it's intercepted by Washington Township.
Unfortunate, but a great defensive play to get up and tip that. And that'll stop Vineland's drive with 1:09 to go in the first quarter.
Number 71, John Stone, makes the interception.
I don't know that John Stone has had one of those before. Offensive, defensive lineman, 6'3", 285. Talk about staying with a play, though. On a deflected pass, your defensive lineman is out in the flats. So this is where the defense needs to stand up here. They've gained field position back. Now a 3 and out here will go a long way.
Looks like Dragowski's back in there at quarterback for Township as their running back breaks a ton of tackles there. That is number 44, Giuliano Scavetta.
Boy, Scavetta hit in the backfield. Somebody 2 steps in front of that. He just jukes left and right. And an outstanding run when it looked like it was defended well. But that's something they do with their tackles. They'll have their tackles come down and almost seal off the backer and just give them that lane to run through. It's like they don't hit the first line. They let you get upfield.
Dragowski rolling out to the top of your screen, taken down by Xavion Diaz. Great tackle there.
And just that quick, the first quarter is going by with 25 seconds and running on the clock. And that was for no game, so 2nd and 10 from the 41.
And this should be the last play of the quarter if they're able to get this one off. Dragowski hands this one off to Scavetta, who just barrels forward with 2 defenders, carries them the rest of that run there. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter here at Washington Township with the Minutemen leading the Fighting Clan 7-0.
And on the move. So the offense only touched the ball twice in that first quarter, and same said for Township. And Vineland moved it, you know, a deflected pass. So this is why it's so important to get Township off the field, get it back to your offense. And if 2 weeks ago didn't happen, it's not even nearly as important. But to get your team back, to get the belief back, you can't give up the next score.
So we'll see how this Vineland defense responds once again.
This is one you got to really try to grind out because there's a lot more teams on the schedule coming up that are really good also. And this is one you want to try to be able to play with a team like Township.
To start the second quarter, Washington Township has a third down, 2 yards to go.
Just need a spark.
The ball is their own 49.
Sometimes a spark or a big play does more than just give you the net yards on that play. It can invigorate a team, as you mentioned, with the aggressiveness of the defender, Alchemy, that you were speaking of.
2nd and 3 here for Township.
This should be a damn penalty. They're left tackles in the backfield. Jesus Christ. He's in the backfield.
Looks like false start on the inside of the line.
This is going to push Township back here.
And that was on a third. So we've got 3rd and 8 on the field, 2nd and 8 on the scoreboard. Tayshawn Newman's the one who steps up on the outside of that line today to be the 4th down lineman.
And when Vineland's front is able to create pressure, Newman's allowed to kind of have that free range to roam around. And we got a timeout on the field for the Minutemen.
They need a minute to think it over. Take a half. Yeah, it seems like defensively we're in the right spots, just not sealing off on them tackles, and I'm sure Coach Hendricks will have them press the line a little more and have them linemen not get so far upfield that they have all the cutback lanes in there. Township Coach Statchman not real happy with the official, giving him an earful during that timeout.
3rd and 7 here for Washington Township. Hard count here from the Minutemen. Dragowski rolling out, looking to pass over the head of Scavetta.
Well, he had both sides open on that. So the defense holds up. Township to punt. Their quarterback is their punter, so. I think that penalty did a little bit to change the play calling also. So that false start takes him out of a running down for needing 2 yards.
They send this one deep to Xavion Diaz, who signals for the fair catch. He's not going to touch this one. And Vineland will set up shop at about the 28-yard line.
With 11:46 to go. So let's see if the offense can pick up where they left off as they picked up 3 first downs on that last drive. Not for a deflected pass. They were marching into the red zone.
Sorry, I stand corrected. It's the 22-yard line there. 11:46 here as Vineland takes over on offense.
Well, the crowd here on this side has settled into the game now. As we talk about big plays needing something to cheer for, they didn't get it on that drive. Vineland sends them out wide to the top.
Russo in shotgun. He takes the snap. He's going to carry it himself, but runs into number 70 on that Washington Township defensive line, Danny Wilson. That'll bring up second down.
Yeah, so he's like a battering ram there, and you don't want it to lose its edge while you just keep pounding it in. But I think that's something that can be done with Clark also, with Clark not stretching everything wide, being determined just to get 3 or 4 up through there, because we did see in previous games than last year just the way he finds a way to fall forward when he's heading up the field.
2nd and 6, Russo hands this one off to Charles Clark, who's trying to make his way around the outside, bounces away, but gets smothered by Township defenders, and there's just nothing on the outside there for any Vineland runner tonight.
No, and we're trying to belly back under him instead of coming in. When Township has the ball, we watch a tackle released and leave the line of scrimmage alone. The guy goes up the field, they cut it in. He stays back, they go wide. So it's almost like they're running the ball with an option off an unblocked guy at the end of the line. When for us, we're trying to run behind that guy.
3rd and 11 now here for Vineland at the 21-yard line. Just over 10 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, and that loss really takes you out with it being 5 yards. You still have Russo that could run it up the middle. You know, they still have to play you honest. Now you're not really looking for that quarterback run or quarterback draw.
Russo takes the snap, he fires. It's complete, but shy of the first down marker is Xavion Diaz.
Well executed, just short of the sticks he needed to make somebody miss, but great coverage by the Minutemen, and Vineland's going to send their punt team in. So the first drive was a punt, the second was a tip pass for an interception. This one here, that run play just knocked them back out of the down and distance they needed.
So Vineland will punt here on 4th and 5 from the 27. Trailing 7-0. Low snap, Greif somehow gets that one away. Bounces up high, it will be returned. And the return man tackled there.
Well, as that snap comes back on the ground, Greif able to get rid of it, but there's a flag back there as he was run over. So don't move those sticks. May get that Vineland offense back out there.
Dave, we got you. I heard you 100 times. No, I know.
So that's the personal foul type, so that's 15. Wasn't sure in high school if there was a 5. That's why I was just thinking it's real important when Diaz makes that catch to get him to about a 4th and 5.
Right.
But that's the big one. That's the personal foul. Great job by Greif hanging in there, getting rid of the ball first, and second drawing that penalty.
So the ball now at the 42-yard line, 1st and 10 here for Vineland, as the offense is now back out on the field.
And they look ready to go as they're right up to the line quickly.
Tank Powell to the bottom of your screen.
Oh, no help over the top on the bottom here.
Russo takes the snap. He's going to carry it up the gut himself. He's got plenty of room to barrel forward.
Boy, he runs hard. Reckless abandon makes it sound like it's crazy and out of control, but it's short, it's choppy, it's tight. There's not a real soft spot you want to try to reach in there and tackle him with. It's all knees and elbows
So they're going to give that an official gain of 9 yards, so 2nd and 1 now. Ball at the Washington Township 49-yard line. And this is the type of drive, Rich, that you want to see Vineland be able to throw everything from earlier in this game out the window and just respond and tie this game up.
And the last 2 drives have made it over midfield. Now it's just a matter of punching it in with 7:39 to go here in the 2nd quarter.
Russo under center. He's going to punch it forward himself, and he picks up that 1st down.
I kind of like that you get up there and you don't go through your regular cadence. You get it done quick. You know, Coach Parentazzi we ran only 1 play inside, or 2, option 0, option 1. We went on 1. Everything else we went on 2. We wanted to get off the ball quick, and that getting Russo under there and the tempo picked up catches the defense on their heels, and Danny's able to pick up the 1st down. Like to see Clark get a chance for something heading up the field.
So 1st and 10 here from the 46. Just under 7 minutes to go here in the opening half.
Oh, false start on the offense. We had a leaning tower of Pisa there.
First and 15 now for Vineland.
6:45 and running.
Got to be disciplined, boys. You got to be disciplined.
That was kind of like when you're on a diving board and you start to lean in, you know you're going, just trying to hold on to it but not able to. It was minor, but it was certainly enough for a flag.
Russo takes the snap. He rolls out, fires, and it's off the hands of Noah Cruz.
Right in stride, a nice ball delivered by Russo, just not able to come up with it. 2nd and 15 now. Clock stops with 6:07 to go in the 2nd quarter. All right, now we got to do something to get 15 here.
6:07 remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
Let's make it play, Clan.
Russo takes the snap. He hands it off. Just swallowed up by the Minutemen.
Quentin Singleton comes in on a stunt and doesn't break stride, makes the tackle on the other side of the ball.
It's Prince Borte on the carry. First time we've seen him in a while.
Glad he's healed up.
Third and 14 now from midfield.
Just got to have, they've been sending people, you just got to have enough time to let Russo get rid of it here. You know, Township's not giving you anything big. They're making you get rid of it. They're keeping you underneath, and when you have an incompletion, that really kills it.
Russo looking to pass. We got a flag on the play.
And that's on Vineland, pushing them back 5 more. It's a 3rd and 19.
Third down, 19 yards to go. 3rd and 19. The ball at the Vineland 45.
You start to lose that momentum you had marching over the midfield stripe.
3rd and 19 now from the 45.
This is flying by at 4 minutes and 30 seconds now.
Vineland calls its first timeout.
Very, very difficult conversion here. And it's almost like you try to do too much, you can give up some good field position. If you don't try to do enough, they're still going to be getting the ball. So see if Vineland has something creative up their sleeve here. But is there enough time to be creative when the blitzers are getting through and really putting some pressure on there? And they're coming from the outside in, so they're containing you and pinching to the middle of the field. Where you think it may be better for Russo to fake give and keep himself and to get up to the outside. It's like we were mentioning before, just almost using him as an option player.
James Hitchens Jr. is to the bottom of your screen. 3rd and 19 here for Vineland. Russo takes the snap. He's going to carry it himself, shakes a defender. He makes his way up past midfield, and Russo.
Holy cow, what a run by Russo. Boy, just when you're thinking, hey, Russo can't do it now because you're 20 yards back, he really looks fast tonight. We talk about being on turf here. Used to be grass. We're on the turf. I noticed a nice turf practice field also behind our location here. Just a little short.
4th and 1.
Are you disciplined enough to try to go on a second count, or?
We've seen success in the past from Danny Russo with that hard count.
I go with a no count again. Just get under there, tink. But you need your running back to then put a shoulder in the back of your quarterback to push him over the line.
Russo is under center. He's going to carry it up the gut, push forward, and Vineland's got a first down.
Well, excellent job behind Russo, giving him that push as he came in low, but he was just met and stood up as they came together with no push, and then the back drops the shoulder, pushes him over the line to gain. So we're at 4 minutes to go. Vineland now has the ball on the 34-yard line of the Minutemen.
Under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
And just a one-score game, and Vineland on the move overcame some penalties and adversity with a big Russo run to pick up almost the first down from a 3rd and 20.
Russo takes the snap. He hands it off. Charles Clark keeps his legs moving.
That's what I like to see. Clark getting up in the middle, and you see him squirm his way forward. And he ends up with almost a handful. He's got 4.
So 2nd and 6 here now. So we are quickly approaching under 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Well, Township's been on defense for a little while here. Boy, I love it when that down marker's right in the middle here. We got a second and we got some tries here.
Russo takes the snap. He's looking to pass. He completes it to Xavion Diaz, who picks up a first down and more.
Boy, Russo's been on the mark with his throws. He's been on the mark with his running, looking really strong. And again, that's set up by Clark getting up through the middle, picking up 4 yards. You make teams have to defend both a run and a pass, both the inside, the outside. It makes you not just attack so rapidly.
And the quick-witted smarts there by Diaz to get out of bounds, stop the clock. It's 1st and 10 at the 21 now for Vineland. 2:36 on the clock here in the second quarter. We got whistles. Timeout Township. And with that, we are going to take a quick break as well and give you a word from our sponsors.
The Red and Gray Gridiron Club would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of the Vineland High School football team. Ducharmes, the Greenview Inn at Eastland Golf Course, Reconstructive Orthopedics, Newfield National Bank, Van Dodge, Allen Associates, Technid Consulting, Medio Law Firm, Barufi Brothers, G&S Dry Cleaning, Vineland Education Association, Dr. Michael Gorson General and Cosmetic Dentistry, The Claridge, a Radisson Hotel, The Gorgo Group, Larry's 2 Restaurant and Catering, Bettino's ShopRite, Carluzzo and Teresi Petroleum Transporters, Homestead Plumbing, Richland Carpet, Manny and Vic's Pizzeria, and Sir Speedy Printing. The Vineland High School football team and coaches thanks everyone for their support on and off the field and look forward to another successful season.
Welcome back in as we have our first play here out of the timeout as Russo carries that one up the gut. As we had a word from our sponsors, Rich, Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train played. I can't help but notice that the Minutemen of Washington Township's logo is a little New England Patriots-esque. We all remember Super Bowl 52.
That ball was in the air forever at the end, and I'm yelling, Coach Heck over here taught me to bash it down. Like, don't tip it to anything.
Under 2 minutes now here for Vineland.
Well, it went for more than I thought. Gain of a long 3.
2nd and 7. Russo takes the snap. He's going to carry it himself up the gut once again.
Well, nice job up front as that blitzer's coming at full speed, and he's picked up by the interior line, probably Gallo at center. Hard to see as Russo shakes that off. It's 3rd and 3, 1:25 and running in the second quarter. Vineland on the move. They have 2 timeouts left.
3rd and 4. Under a minute to go here in the second quarter. Russo takes the snap. He hands this one off to DJ Clark, who tries to make his way around the outside, but kind of freezes up there a little bit and gets taken down.
Yeah, you got to know the down and distance. You know, there it's a matter of planting that outside foot and falling forward. So we're down to 33 seconds, and that's when Vineland will take their timeout. But it's going to be a 4th and 4. Ball right on the 15, so Vineland knocking on the door. Last 2 drives cross midfield. This one down to the 15-yard line. You know, after last game's rout, we're talking about a team that was in a 1-score game with Kingsway the last 3 minutes, and Vineland showing that was not the real team 2 weeks ago in the last game, and is battling here tooth and nail. The defense has made some stops. The offense has moved the ball both through the air and on the ground, and probably had a few more opportunities through the air that they could have come up with, but on the ground it just seems like sometimes we're just spreading too wide, and it's been Russo just hitting it right up the gut.
4th and 4 here. Russo rolling out, looking to pass. He fires. Big pump fake and just.
So the Minutemen hold with 27 seconds to go. They'll take back over deep in their own end at the 15. Knock on the door.
So turnover on downs here for the 2nd time in this game while Vineland was driving deep in enemy territory. I think the only benefit of that drive there for Vineland, like we mentioned earlier, they held the ball for quite some time and kept it out of the hands of Washington Township's offense.
See if Township's just going to dive it up the middle.
Scavetta on the carry.
Tayshawn Newman on the stop, 20 seconds and running. And you know what? The rain's held off. Just a very light drizzle. Didn't turn into what we were thinking about watching Newman try to pull the ball out. It reminded me of our pregame keys of the game.
One final play here in the opening half. Dragowski runs it, and that's going to do it here for the first half in Washington Township as the Minutemen lead the Vineland Fighting Clan 7-0. And I think if you're Vineland, you got to be happy that you're going into halftime only down 7-0 when you could realistically be up 14-7.
Yeah, and plus you've seen the offense move the ball. The offense is moving the ball. There's things they're able to do. They'll clean some of it up at halftime. The defense has now shown that they're able to make some stops. And this has been a really competitive ball game.
So we're going to step away for halftime. Maybe during halftime, check out the Dan Russo Show with myself and Rich Scarpa on the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. But we will see you back here for second half action at Washington Township. Vineland looking to get on the board, trailing 7-0 here against the Minutemen.
These off now? Yeah, cool. It's nice when you're close because then I'm not afraid to talk. We're just saying it. Sounds like I watched a little bit of the podcast, and I'm like, oh my god, did I have too many concussions? Because like I noticed like I'm looking up all the time, going to recall, like because I do it when I'm talking to kids. I see which way their eyes go to know if I'm getting story or getting truth, and I'm like, so my thinking look is rolling my eyes up like the Undertaker. I blame it on
And welcome back in, everybody. Halftime just about over here at Washington Township as the Minutemen leading the Fighting Clans 7-0. And Rich, we talked after we signed off for halftime. It could be a lot worse, but it could be a lot better as Vineland were driving twice in that first half in enemy territory pretty deep and had opportunities to put points on the board, but just couldn't, finish the job.
Yeah, I think if we had our overall stats here, Vineland may have outgained Township in that first half. And, welcome back, Fighting Clan. I mean, after the clunker 2 weeks ago, you wondered coming into this as those two teams are very competitive and very even. One-score game a couple weeks ago between Kingsway and Township. And Vineland's been right there and kind of took the tide a little bit as Kingsway goes into half, just kind of diving up the middle, happy to go in with that 7-0 lead. But that happened on their first drive, and since, there's not been much for them.
Even though Vineland didn't put points on the board, we mentioned this late in that second quarter, Vineland held onto the ball for quite a bit of that second quarter to really, outgain in time of possession and held onto the ball, kept the ball out of the hands of Washington Township's offense. And, even if you didn't put points on the board, you won in that department, and it really stalled what Washington Township was trying to continue to do.
And as we say all too often, it all comes down to right here, getting a 3 and out or maybe one first down against, but getting that ball back before any more points hit the board, because the offense has been moving it. They've been able to go in at halftime and address and see what's available for them moving forward.
So Vineland will kick off here, and Washington Township will start with the ball here in the second half. Goes out of the end zone.
There you go, Greif. Get you a touchback. And just as we started the game, what a weapon that is for Township. Start Vineland on their own 20. Now Vineland able to return the favor on the second half kickoff.
Want to continue, as the kids say, Rich, I want to continue to see this Vineland defense have that dog in them, really be, tenacious, be nasty up front, and really create some havoc up against this Washington Township offense and make them feel uncomfortable.
Going dog mentality quote there.
First and 10 here for the Minutemen. Jergowski hands this one off to Scavetta, and he's making his way upfield, past midfield, 45-40, 35-30, down to the inside the 20.
Didn't take long, big play off the jump. And
very reminiscent of that Kingsway game with that opening big-time play to start the second half a couple weeks ago. Now Vineland's defense with their backs against the wall here, trying to stop Washington Township from scoring on this opening drive.
It was more the same defensive lineman getting up the field and backs up the field. There it is
Jergowski
again.
gonna carry it again himself. He's got plenty of room. Runs into his own man. Russo's in there to make the tackle.
When you're up front on that D line, you can't be just busting into the backfield 5 yards deep. Yeah, you're big, you're not as agile as a back. You take yourself out of the play, and again, they're running underneath us on the edge. Now they're running underneath us in the middle. Heel depth, and that's where you hold, and then you close on a play. Got to be under control as they switch their nose and tackle now.
2nd and 2 here for Washington Township. Jergowski gonna carry it himself again. A little quarterback on quarterback crime as Danny Russo makes the stop.
So it's going to be 1st and goal now from the 9.
First and goal, the ball at the 8-yard line. First and goal at the 8.
They're gonna mark it at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal here for the Minutemen. Man in motion. Snap handed off to Scavetta, barreling his way forward. Danny Russo again makes the stop.
Coach Schatzman from Township goes into half, and it looks like he said, we are going to run this ball right up the gut until we hit pay dirt. And they've come out and haven't even tried to put the ball in the air at all. Just been pounding and grinding in the middle of that defense.
Scavetta with that number 44 giving me eerily Kyle Juszczyk vibes from the 49ers. As Dragowski's going to carry it himself and makes his way into the end zone. We've got a late flag.
Dragowski, 3 yards for the touchdown. Township.
But Dragowski makes his way into the end zone for the touchdown with 10:01 here on the clock in the third quarter. And it's 13-0 Washington Township.
Guess they call it a little bit of a late hit after he got into the end zone. Fairly close, not egregious, probably just lead to a touchback. But you may want to watch and see if Township figures out we're already up a little closer. Let's see what we can do with the kickoff. But first, the point after.
Desperado to attempt the point after.
Yeah, I know.
Ball spotted, kick is up, and it is good. So 10:01 remaining here in the third quarter. It's 14-0 Washington Township.
Well, it's time for the do part of that Vineland offense. Now they need to respond and answer. Don't care how long it takes. Use up this third quarter if you need to, but you got to get on the board here.
You know, I mentioned having that dog in them. I do want to give a shout out to my Premier Lacrosse League champions, the Water Dogs Lacrosse Club, winning it a couple weeks ago in Philly. Big time dub for an expansion franchise.
Nice
Shout out to
swag
the
on-
Dogs.
Nice swag on your head, a nice purple font.
Coach Copeland and company getting it done at Subaru Park in Philadelphia. So very cool to see another championship for the PLL 1 in our backyard. And Philly certainly turned out. Big Water Dogs crowd, as well as MVP Michael Sowers from Philadelphia. So congratulations to the Water Dogs. We'll see how Vineland's offense responds, you know, from this halftime, make some adjustments and see what they have up their sleeves here to hopefully get some points on the board.
That's what I think in the NFL mostly, but like even where they normally kick from, why not just a nice big pop up down inside the 5? See if the return man is smart enough to get out of the way or fair catch. You put him in some drama here, kicking from Vineland's 45. Oh, he may just go to see if he can put it through the goalpost for a little bit of fun. Yeah, he just delivers it deep.
And we've got a touchback.
Ball into the end zone. Vineland takes over first and 10. The ball at the 20-yard line.
So here comes Danny Russo and company on the offensive side of the ball for Vineland and looking to score their first touchdown of the game.
Drove the ball the last 2 times with a mix of run and pass. Most of the run, Russo, especially on a big third and I think 19, he picked up 18 to get the drive going again as penalties pushed Vineland back.
Russo low snap, fires, completes it. Up the sideline goes Tank Powell.
No flag on that side, and I didn't think there was a holding, but that just means it was an outstanding blocking. You know, they throw a bunch up top, and that is blocked perfectly. The ball is on the ground at first for Russo, so timing off. Oh. Did they say there was a flag now?
Logan Brown, Deshaun Long on that side.
Okay, there we go. I thought that was really tremendous to be able to hold that block that long. There was a penalty flag for a hold. So that happened up the field a little bit, so it's going to be first and a weird 1st and 9. So that was a great block on the outside because the hold came later up the field if they're only back there.
Russo takes the snap, fires, completes it again. Not as much space there to run, but
Kai Gray with another nice block in there.
I believe that was Tank Powell on the reception. He's 2nd and 6.
9 minutes to go here in the third.
Number 4, John Williams on the stop.
That was the first drive of the first half for Washington Township. A really big play. Sets it up, and then they get it in. Same thing here, was a long, like 65-yard run that got them close.
Russo takes the snap. He hands this one off to Charles Clark.
He's going to be about a yard short. Nice run that time, heading up the middle for Clark.
Charles Clark on the carry. On the stop, number 57, Troy Ball's own.
3rd and 1.
I think I try to draw him off here. That last Russo keeper was close.
Third down, 1 yard to go.
Russo making his way up to the line. He's going to go under center here. Quick snap. Russo.
Hard to tell what part of the pile that was. There's a few piles there, but he's got enough for the first down. That's what happens when you get a big, long game like Township. That counts as 1 first down. I'm starting to think maybe we have more first downs. And you count the touchdown as a first down.
Ball now at the 34-yard line. 7.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Vineland trailing 14-0. Russo in shotgun, takes the snap, fires, completes. Finds Tank Powell. It's hit hard.
Vineland just had everybody up on the top, leaving down here alone. See if they can drag somebody out of that.
Jason de Blasio makes the tackle there on Tank.
Even the Vineland offense, the first game, it was tight end Burt in there, and they ran with the tight end. Now they just, without him there's been no tight end play, so you spend a lot of time preparing for one thing, then your personnel changes, and they've adapted to it.
2nd and 7 here for Vineland. 37. Russo takes the snap. He's going to carry it himself. Spins it. He's taken down.
Oh, nice job defensively.
Gabe Moscow makes the tackle initially at number 57. Troy Malzone also in there to take down Danny.
So it looks like about a 3rd and 6 with 6:04 on the clock. Vineland's converted some 3rd downs today. This one's going to take a little bit more.
Third and 6 here from the 38-yard line. Russo takes the snap. He's firing. Completes it to Tank Powell, but it's shy of the first down marker. And we'll see what Vineland decides to do here.
Well, the last punt was a little bit rough with the wet football and handling the snaps. It looks like Vineland is punting. They send the punt team in.
That pass completion brings up 4th down, 4-yard show, 4th and 4.
Seems like it's taking a little bit of time.
Under 5 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
5, 4, and they get it off.
High punt, and it's fair caught.
Well, nice protection on that kick and a nice punt by Greif. Covered well, too. Fair catch is made, and Vineland defender stays off him. All right, defense, time to make a play. No room for error on the defense here. You can't give anything else up until you get something.
I mean, we've seen it twice so far this season. Let's see if we can get one of those big-time takeaways and bring it back for a touchdown.
Diaz and Carter, right?
That's correct. Some good Vineland High School football bar trivia. As they fake the pitch here. Stragowski makes his way up past midfield. He has an incredible stride when he has room to run.
Boy, great vision, all their backs. You know, they don't just run. I mean, they're sliding left and right the whole time, headed downfield. And fast.
Gain of 22 there. Ball now at the 48, man in motion. Dragowski hands this one off to Scavetta. Continues to barrel his way forward, picks up another first down.
It's almost like agility drills when you're stepping through the strings there. You know, knees are up, sliding left and right. Doesn't matter which running back has it. You know, and that all starts with that front line getting too far up the field. You know, that's the first thing. The secondary not closing, and there's just too much space for them to pick their way through.
Dragowski takes the snap. He's going to carry himself around the outside, but he's taken down by Emmanuel DeVellis.
So a modest gain of 3. And just that fast, we're at 3 minutes to go in the third.
Second and 7 here for the Minutemen. Jerkowski hands this one off to Scavetta.
They're just carving it up the middle here.
First and 10, ball at the 23. Scavetta takes this one again.
Got to really rally to the football.
Approaching under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
But we had a chance to be in the position to be the ones wearing them down after we possessed the ball most of that second quarter. But it looks the other way around, that the Vineland defense is just a little worn down now. That big offensive line leading on them.
Man in motion, Jerkowski gonna take it himself. Taken down by Danny Russo and Xavier Diaz.
So the first third down on this drive is going to be a 3rd and 3 with 1:30 and running in the third quarter.
4 yards in that play brings up 3rd down, 3 yards to go, 3rd and 3. The ball to 17.
Ball's at the 17-yard line, 3rd and 3, man in motion. Jerkowski gonna take it himself, and he's got enough for the first down.
Well, you see, when they're executing that, they've got a fake going out wide full speed. They've got the quarterback heading up. It's hard to find the football when a lot of times with us, it's not executed quite as well with enough push from the line that you can get things moving. You try to run a fake and then the pressure's on you in the backfield.
First and 10 from the 13. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Washington Township leading 14-0.
See if they decide to throw this one.
Dragowski takes the snap. He hands it to Scavetta. Barrels his way forward once again.
Inside the 5.
And he's inside the 5-yard line. Under 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
He's like he's not built like a bowling ball, but he runs like he's a bowling ball. Talked about Russo running not a lot of spots to hit him on. Vineland's got to come up with some aggression to keep him out. And this one
Sniffed out by Xavier Diaz, and that's going to do it for the third quarter here at Washington Township, with the Minutemen leading the Fighting Clan 14-0 after 3.
Third quarter, with the score, Washington Township 14, Vineland 0.
but driving deep right now. And then this next one could be the backbreaker. Diaz makes a play. We need 3 more plays here. They can get a first down before they get in the end zone. The first down's going to be about at the 4-yard line. Cold, drizzly night out there. So everybody Dan's shaking a little bit. Township nice enough to set up with everything we need up here. Nice inside the warm booth. See if we can get a update on some of the other games going on tonight. I know my Twitter, I forgot my password, so it's been 6 months I haven't been able to use it. I tried all my combinations of my 5 passwords I use, and apparently I came up with something super creative, so I would remember it.
You get the crosstown rivals against Lenape at halftime, up 17-0.
Third down, 2 yards to go, the ball at the 5-yard
All right,
line.
we're ready to go. Third and 2.
Dragowski going to take it himself. He stalls, but he throws, fires, completes it into the end zone for the touchdown. I believe the kicker, Max Dorado.
Dorado gets it, but great execution by that offensive line, not drifting up the field.
I think I stand correct. It was number 18, Jake Borkowski, who did make the catch there. The 8 looked like a 0.
Dragowski,
So first play into the fourth quarter.
5 yards and touchdown, Township.
Yeah, he had options to take it himself, to throw it in.
Ball spotted, kick is up, and it
Dorado's
is
kick is
good. So with 11:54 remaining here in regulation, the Minutemen take a commanding 21-0 lead over the Fighting Clan.
A lot of work to do. It starts with 1. 7-0 game at the half. Before the end of that second quarter, was Vineland at the 15, not able to convert. Township kind of takes a knee, and then they come out and have a big run on their first or second play from scrimmage to set up a score and take the ball fairly quickly up. 5 or 6 plays, but picking up 6 to 8 yards a carry.
Good to give compliments to whoever is on the aux tonight. It has been hit after hit after hit.
Yeah, we just went from some Neil Diamond, then we stumbled into John Denver, and Before that came in, it was everybody in the club.
We had Return of the Mac earlier. It was
Oh, I
fantastic
missed
stuff.
that one.
This one's kicked away. Booming kick downfield. It will go out of the end zone. So Vineland will set up shop at their own 20-yard line after the touchback. With 11:54 to go, trailing by 3 touchdowns.
There's some hop in the step of the Minutemen now as they take the field. They felt the momentum switch, and now that little bit of worn down has turned into some energy for the defense. See if Vineland's going to try to move the ball up the field or go for some big stuff here. Give it one last shot to get back in this with a quick score.
Only place you can play that is West Virginia University.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see the tie-in.
Russo takes the snap. He's looking to fire deep, and it's intercepted by Washington Township, who's going to take it all the way up, around, making their way towards the end zone, and in for a defensive score. Deshaun Long with the interception return for a touchdown to make it 27-0 in favor of the Minutemen as the cannon fires with 11:39 to go here in regulation.
Yeah, just like some games of the past, this one just slipping away from the fighting plan. You read the box score, you're going to say, oh, well, they put it on Vineland, but that's 7-0 at half. Gained some more yards than they did, but when you're not able to pop it in, these kind of things happen. You get put behind the 8 ball, down 3 scores in the 4th quarter, so you got to air it out. Just a nice job defensively as they had 2 defenders ready to get that one.
Ball spotted, kick is up, and it is good. 28-0 here with 11:39 in the 4th quarter remaining. And it's all Minutemen right now here at Washington Township.
Another tough test coming up next week for the fighting plan also. We back home for Holy Spirit?
Yes, Holy Spirit will be at home. Then on the road against EHT. And then back at home for homecoming against Penn Soccer.
Yeah, that 4-0 Penn Soccer. I wasn't sure if they were 4-1 or 4-0.
DJ Clark and Xavier Diaz back deep to more than likely watch this one go out of the back of the end zone.
We'll watch it sail over there. That one did make it all the way out of the end zone. All right, so Vineland back out to try it again. Now it's a matter of with 11:39 to go, trying to get on the scoreboard, break this shutout.
Every game so far, Vineland has put some sort of points on the board. So,
You know, and the things that worked in the first half, at this point, you just go back to that and just try to drive the football and get in the end zone. Took their shot last time.
11:39 remaining here in regulation. Russo takes the snap. He's looking to pass. He's firing deep. And it's intercepted again by the Minutemen as they take this one all the way back up near the 20. It's number 16, Darion Joyner. And Gavin Gallo is down injured for the Fighting Clan.
Yeah, non-contact. It looked like he tried to plant his outside foot and something went out on him that he fell to the ground before the defender was coming his way as he tried to set up in position. That wet turf just comes out from under him. While they attend to Gallo on the field, this would be a good time to hit our next sponsor break.
With the Red and Gray Gridiron Club, I'd like to thank the following sponsors for their support of the Vineland High School football team. Ducharmes, the Greenview Inn at Eastland Golf Course, Reconstructive Orthopedics, Newfield National Bank, Van Dodge, Allen Associates, Technid Consulting, Medio Law Firm, Barufi Brothers, G&S Dry Cleaning, Vineland Education Association, Dr. Michael Gorson General and Cosmetic Dentistry, The Claridge, a Radisson Hotel, The Gorgo Group, Larry's 2 Restaurant and Catering, Bettino's ShopRite, Carluzzo and Teresi Petroleum Transporters, Homestead Plumbing, Richland Carpet, Manny and Vic's Pizzeria, and Sir Speedy Printing. The Vineland High School football team and coaches thanks everyone for their support on and off the field and look forward to another successful season.
And welcome back in. Hopefully Gavin Gallo is okay. Unfortunately, down injured for the Fighting Clan as Danny Russo threw back-to-back interceptions there. And just awaiting to see Gavin get back up, hopefully, as
Most likely a lower body injury, as I mentioned, going in all alone and tried to set up to make a tackle. The intercepting player was still about 15 yards away and his feet got tangled up or went out and then got stuck in the wet turf. Well, the 4-0 run for the Fighting Clan versus Washington Township looks like it's going to come to an end. The fans here had some stuff to cheer about, but they're probably the quietest group. There's a lot of them, but I don't know if it's the cold chill and the raw air out there, but very subdued. Football's come a long way with trainers. I can remember when I played, the trainer was the offensive line coach that would tape you up. And if something else happened, you had to go find a doctor or whatnot. And I remember Sebastian, who was the first trainer we had at Vineland when I was back coaching. And now Dara and the whole staff do an outstanding job. The equipment they have is as if you're going somewhere for your rehab therapy and your treatment. So nothing but the best of care for most teams, but Vineland has it set up really nice with their training situation with Trainer Dave.
good to see Gavin get up from the turf there.
They're going to be cautious and not let him walk too far on that, get that leg up, take him out on the gator. Not much in the way, I would assume, of during competition. I'm assuming, which I shouldn't, but with your swimming, the injuries not as
More muscular.
more muscular strain that you have to gear down from or train with. But you know, it's kind of like 1 second, one bad foot plant. I always remember everybody telling me, "Oh, wrestling's the toughest." No, swimming's the toughest. And between the two, when you talk about endurance and conditioning, I know my football conditioning was very different than my wrestling. I was still in shape for football, but it was a different kind of thing. You know, with swimming is just, you
Full
guys
body.
just go for it
Oh, yeah.
and ever.
Township takes this one around the outside. We do have a flag on the play.
So they will push the Minutemen back with 11:22 to go. It seems like no matter what year it is that you're playing Township, the running back game here has been second to none. And they have very good players, but you know, they don't have that one you hear so-and-so from wherever is committed to wherever and has these offers. But the execution on the field, they've had 3 different guys carry it and carry it effectively. As I mentioned coming in, the quarterback averaging 7 yards a carry, and you saw that agility, and there was really no fall off from there with the other backs. But you're also leaning on that massive 6'3", 260-pound average interior 4 offensive lineman.
Notice Danny Farley back in at quarterback for Township. Moves a man in motion, takes the snap, hands it off to that man.
Face mask, face mask.
Got it. Flags all over the place. It's Deshaun Long once again, making his presence felt tonight. Had the receiving touchdown earlier, pick 6 as well.
There's just been too much space for any kind of movement there. And that's going on the Fighting Clan for a face mask.
Face mask penalty against Vineland. And penalty half the distance to the goal. Moves the ball to the
So
6
the
yard
defense
line.
that started pitching shutouts early in the year, even last game against Kingsway, that goal line stand to start it, and since then, just a step slow getting to where they need to be up front. We're getting up the field instead of heel depth and just giving so much room to run.
Deshaun Long, the ball carrier. Ball was loose.
Well, they're saying he's down. Did come out, but thought you had a pretty good chance of that being a fumble. When you look up at, you know, it's kind of like somebody's putting it on. You get a flag, you get a this, you get a that, but not that time.
Just under 10 and a half minutes to go here. Farley takes the snap, and we've got another flag.
Illegal procedure against Washington Twp. Moves the ball back to the 7 yard line. Second and goal at the 7.
Second and goal now from the 7. Swallowed up there. Derek Ockamy making the initial contact there.
Doing Acevedo on that carry. No gain. Third and goal from the 7.
So 9:20 to go.
Third and goal. Farley with a man in motion, hands it off to Scavetta. Stop short.
He's down to the 4.
Inside the 5.
See if they want to try out their field goal kicker, who could certainly make it from there if they try to get the score to make it to 35. They're going to let the senior quarterback Farley give it a look here as they spread the field.
Scavetta, the man in motion. Farley going to carry it himself. And he crosses the goal line for a Washington Township touchdown. With 8:22 remaining here in regulation, it's 34-0 Minutemen.
Going back to Country Roads Take Me Home, and I'm thinking, back in '92 when I coached here, it looked so different driving out here from back then. There used to be country roads and farms, but so built up now.
Ball spotted, kick is up, and it is good. So with 8:22 remaining here in the fourth quarter, it's 35-0 Washington Township over Vineland.
And that will get us after this kickoff that running clock, so these last 8 minutes are going to go quick. Township's going to improve now to 3-3 as Vineland's going to fall to 2-3. Yes, he kind of got off track with the music here. They don't stop believing.
This was our victory song after swim meets my freshman year.
Locker room victory song?
Locker room victory song.
Yeah, I remember playing football at Vineland. It was the Police back then, King of Pain. That was a Ocean City Vineland rivalry thing. Either side would be playing that song after the win. The other team would have to hear it.
Ball's kicked away. Bounces out of the end zone. Vineland will start at the 20.
Kind of my happy song. 14 years working as a bouncer and bartender on a booze cruise boat. This song meant we're coming down the canal and these people are getting the heck off the starfish. Well, the Minutemen did it up right tonight. They have their portable video board or Fanavision screen.
Russo takes the snap, he's firing, it's complete. Not too much room to go as Charles Clark does turn nothing into something though and picks up a couple.
Charles Clark on the carry. He's Taylor on the stop, number 58.
Julio Garcia checks in at that center spot for Gallen.
Russo gonna carry it up the gut here.
Looking like 3rd and 3 with 7 minutes to go.
Russo takes the snap, he fires, completes it to Tank Powell, who turns up field, but just shy of the first down marker.
6:15 in the 4th and 1. So Vineland will give it a shot with 5:35 to go on 4th and 2, deep in their own end. Russo stands alone in shotgun.
Takes the snap, he's going to carry it himself. Runs hard into one of the Minutemen defenders. But he does have enough for the first down.
It's 1st and 10 at the 32 with 5:08 to go in the ball game. Matt Flores in at center. Garcia is the guard.
Charles Clark in motion. Russo hands it off to him. Makes his way upfield. Picks up a decent amount of yards there on the carry.
4:21 to go.
5 yards on that pickup by Charles Clark. 2nd down, 5 yards to go. The ball at the Vineland 37.
Russo takes the snap, he fires, completes it to Israel Schwed. Under 3.5 to go here in the 4th. And Vineland's got a new set of downs.
Well, Schwed converts to 1st down, and rapidly we're down to 3 minutes and 15 seconds. See if Vineland can get it over the 50 for the 3rd time today. Baby steps.
Now under 3 minutes to go. Russo takes the snap, hands this one off to Charles Clark, and he's taken down by number 26, Caleb Palaganis.
And moving laterally to the line there at the end, not able to finish forward. 2:20.
Number 58, Reese Kramer. Gain of 1 yard on that play. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. The ball at 44.
Russo takes the snap, hands it off to Charles Clark, who bounces around a bunch.
No particular place to go.
Under 2 minutes to go.
3rd down. 8 yards to go. The ball at 45.
Just a couple plays are going to be left here at 3rd and 8, the minute and 15.
Russo takes the snap. He's rolling out. He's looking to pass. Completes it to Israel Schwed.
So Sweat with 2 first-down receptions on this drive. And we're under a minute at 50 seconds to go. Is that the Piano Man that was just about ready to sink
Sounded
in there?
like it.
Can name that in one note. Probably the last play of this one with 20 seconds and running on the clock.
Russo takes the snap, passes, completes it to Tank Powell. He's taken down by number 18, Jake Borkowski. And 3, 2, 1. That's going to do it. It's 35-0 in favor of Washington Township in this one. Just wasn't Vineland's night. Things, kind of unraveled in that second half. And the streak comes to an end here against Washington Township of 4 straight. But overall, you got to learn from these tough losses, and you got another tough test next week at home, as you're also trying to end another streak if you're Vineland, having not won a home game since November 5th of 2020.
Well, in this one, you look at the end, you're like, oh my goodness. But it's not one of them 7-0 at half, and they almost scored 3 more times. You outgained them in the first half, more first downs in the first half, just not able to punch it in. So you're at a 7-0 deficit, but it's an even game because of what the offense was able to do. And then that second half, when the Minutemen come out and have a 65-yard run on the first or second play and get in the end zone, then the pick 6, and then the ball just really rolled downhill. But I like the way Vineland responded after the last game with Kingsway to come out and not just be competitive, be in it and almost a dead heat at the half, but just too much really good vision by the quarterback and the running backs from Township. It happened on the ground, and it was just the ability for them to slide and find where they needed to get to with a full head of speed, just really putting pressure on the defense. Defensively, linemen, as I've been saying, are up the field, and linebackers aren't filling quick enough. And there's just was too much space for these backs to run in, and you could tell how well they're coached with their running, the way all 3 of them were able to jockey around inside, staying between the tackles, and just having all the time and space in the world to do what they needed to do.
First time all season, Vineland's failed to put a touchdown up on the board. We'll try to right that wrong next week at home against a Holy Spirit team coming in to Gatone Stadium. And like we mentioned, Vineland looking to get their first win at home next week for the first time since November 5th, 2020. Rich, you'll probably have a guest in the booth with you, as I will be at a wedding next week, so I won't be on the call. And knowing my luck, I'll miss Vineland's first win at home since 2020.
Well, the last time you called the Holy Spirit game by yourself while I was out sick, we talked about that a little bit. Well, not sick, I had the COVID. I was like a leopard. Nobody would let me back. I'm like, it's been 2 weeks. Well, the board's got to approve you, and then it was a month, and then that was that. But once again, a really good team. But what happened in the game you called? Right there, scored late in the first half. We had a really tight game. We held their stud running back to hardly anything in the first half. So it's a matter of finish, and we need to finish a little better. But I did see the team, with the bye week, respond correctly, face a very talented Washington Township team, and be right there. But they just couldn't keep it up for the whole game.
So big thank you to Gia and Doug on the production side of things on tonight's broadcast. Be sure to check out the Dan Russo Show this week as well on the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel as well to stay in tune with everything going on this school year, from athletics and events and the whole 9 yards. But that'll do it for this one here at Washington Township, as the Minutemen get a big 35-0 win over Vineland. For my partner Rich Scarpa, I'm Kyle Bennett. You guys enjoy your weekends, and we will see you at Gatone Stadium next week.